everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. Ooh, I went high there. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, this is the Thunder Show, a.k.a. the Internet's most passionate wine program, and a program that really enjoys wristbands. And that's right, this is the Bring the Thunder new wristband. So few of you have this. Some peeps in Beantown. Kevin Rose, my boy Kevin Rose, was rocking this at South by. He was the only one with this one. Everybody else had Gen 2 wristbands. And we've got some. And everybody wants to know how to get them. And all I'm going to say is ho, ho, ho. And if you can figure that out, you're going to probably get one. So let's move into this Lead Back Friday. It is always good to be on the couch. Michelle, I love the couch. It's chill. It's easy. It's the weekend is coming. I'm feeling good. And so, this is Good Friday. You know, happy holidays to everybody who's enjoying Good Friday. And I'm pretty darn excited about the show because we are featuring on the Thunder Show today a wine that really transcended the Thunder Show. It is one of the highest rated wines of all time. The Saint Jean du Barroux from Philippe Gimel, who I actually met very recently. This is the 2004 version of his red blend from Provence. This wine rolls in at $24 US, and this one was rated by Robert Parker, 90 points. We had the 03 version not too long ago, and you know what? Even though you're not here, link it up. We will link up down below. Actually, you know what I'm going to talk about link it up? A lot of new Vayniacs watching the show, and they're like, what does link it up mean? So you have to be on WineLibraryTV.com, and if you just scroll right below the video, after the wines in the show, you'll see links on this show. Click that. That's what we're referring to. I could sit here and tell you all about the Saint Jean du Barroux. The first time I had the 03, I had no idea what it was, and it just rocked it. We scored it 95 points. It became a sensation. He sent me an email and said he got emails from Poland and Afghanistan, and, just crazy play all over the world. He was blown away, and I was just recently in the south of France, and as a matter of fact, obviously, what do they say? A picture's worth 1,000 words? Well, I guess a video is worth 1,000,000 words, so...
Here you can see that the hole made by
So when I did the 2003 Philippe Gimel Barroux and scored it one of the highest wines of the year, I never realized how amazing the estate was. And there's Philippe right now, obviously very passionate about his vineyard. But, it's really just amazing because there's nothing better than getting the opportunity to see the passion and the vineyards and the terroir of where these wines come from, and there's always so many more stories than I'm able to tell during an episode of WLTV. So I hope 1,000 words, right? A picture's worth 1,000 words. Hopefully, a video is worth 1,000,000 words because this is really one of the most interesting estates I've ever been to. Philippe is, a veteran enologist from the Rhone region, working with people like Genasse and Beaucastel, and this guy's just got the juice. And now, here you can see the rocky soils. This is not your California vineyard that you normally see. You just get the beautiful, romantic aspects of this vineyard. And I thought this would be a nice video lead-in to the 2004, which so many of you have been asking me to do. And so we will do that for you a little bit later. But... Just awesome to be able to be part of the vineyard.
So as you can see, I had the privilege to actually visit the vineyards. And don't forget, great wine is made in the vineyard. The vineyard is the key. This is a farming product, folks. And so I had an amazing time. We had a wonderful time. He did serve us the 04. I did take a quick sip, but I kind of just did it out of kindness because I knew I wanted to do it on the Thunder Show. Because Jim Buckholtz is going to be very pumped right now because he's been asking me, and Jim, you're not going to believe this, you and about 40, 50 other peeps. Todd in Sacramento, big ups, wanted me to do this. Terjan in Rome wanted me to do this. There's a lot of people who've been asking for the 04 once we had it on WineLibrary.com, and we blew up the 03 and loved it. So I'm excited about this. This is a very special wine. One more time on the zoom in, Michelle. I'm sorry to cut into you, but zoom in on this. The grapes are hand-picked and destemmed by hand and put in tanks for 23 months. And what I wanted you to see there was just the mountainsides that we saw there. And Philippe Gimel, his name is there. And just an amazing, amazing guy. Wonderful guy. We had a great dinner together. And, we tasted the 05 already of this wine, which has got some big guts. He's changed things. He's got a great white wine. Again, the 04, I kind of gave it a quick snippy snip out of I'm telling you, didn't even really get into it. So this is the first time I really get a chance to give it a sniff. And so, I'm excited about this wine. So let's give it a whirl. Similar to what I remember in the 03, it's got this Amarone kind of thing going on, like dry raisin, extracted kind of like raisinettes. Let's go raisinettes on this because there's chocolate and there's a lot of raisiny kind of thing going on. There's kind of like a stew component on the nose of this wine as well. Now, I'm not off the top as enthusiastic about this wine as I remember being about the 03, but I don't really remember. I might have to link it up and check it out myself. It's got a beautiful nose, a concentrated nose, almost like a steak tartare meets pomegranate, and then throw some raisinettes on top of it and eat it all in one shot. You like that? That sounds good? No. But for me, it sounds delicious. So let's give this a whirl and see what's going on. One thing I neglected to say is the breakdown of the grapes. I knew I was holding it up for a reason. 75% Grenache, 15% Syrah, 5% Carignan, and 5% Cinsault. Great Southern Rhone grape varietals. Philippe has worked with some of the biggest Chateauneuf de Pape producers in the world. He's brought some amazing vineyard skills to this part of the world. I was so seduced and romanticized about my experience there. I was legitimately ready to plop down a check and buy some vineyards out there. So it is a gorgeous, just diamond in a rough place. I know there's some businessmen right now, diamond, that are going to roll up in there and buy some vineyards, and I'm going to say, why didn't I do that? Anyway, gorgeous mouthfeel, great clarity of fruit, very pure. I mean, what he does and why he rips it, guys, is he lets the vineyard speak for itself. And so if you're watching, guys, winemakers, because I know a lot of you are, let the terroir, let the vineyard speak for itself, bring it from the land into the bottle. There's a lot of hokey pokey going on in the mid-course in your world as you produce wine, and you're looking to do it for all the wrong reasons because you want to make it of a flavor profile so that critics score your wine properly. I promise you, the revolution is on. The Vaynerchuk Nation, and not just us, everybody else, lots of great movements out there trying to get people to try different things. That's going to change the landscape. Two critics are not going to dominate the landscape. Heck, I don't want to be the next big critic. I just want to be a stepping stone to a thought process. And so please recognize when you do things right, vineyard to the glass, you're going to have an opportunity to make great wines like this. That being said, I am not as enthusiastic about this wine as the last wine. Maybe I'm over it, right? It's like... Anyway, a very solid effort, great mouthfeel. For 24 bones, it's ripping. It's got complexity. I think this wine has a little bit more structure than the 03. 03 was very hot, so the flavor went over the top. It was a little too fruit bomby. This is actually under my normal protocol of liking wines. I guess it's losing a little bit of pizzazz factor. Maybe it's like, it's the second time you see somebody play. It's like the first time they blew you away. It's like, that band is nuts. Second time, still awesome, but you're like, I almost feel like I'm going through a little bit of that. I still like this. It's still well made. There's a nice herbaceous tea kind of aspect going on here on the finish that is coming kicking in secondary. It's almost like this finish is like not quitting. It's like, sometimes that doesn't quit. That's what's going on. This finish just doesn't want to quit on me, and it's starting to like rear me back in, like driving me back into saying, you know what, maybe I'm wrong in this one. Let's give it one more snippy sniff and a whirl. I'm such a torn human being. I think I'm doing such a service for the wine world, putting out the show every day, pouring out my heart, getting people to try different things. I think I'm doing such a disservice to a lot of individual wines because we're shotgun tasting it and not giving it the proper thing. The food, there's so many aspects. Don't forget the pairings, the mindset, the romance. Always, you can drink a wine 8,000 times under different mental conditions, and I think you'll find totally different flavors going on. That being said, I'm still feeling this wine. It's still really darn good. I think it's not quite the 2003 for me, but I'm still going to score this wine 92 plus points, and I don't often overscore on Parker, but I'm going to this time 92 plus points. I'm not like my buddy the other day was on the show. This has nothing to do with romance. I've lost a friendship very recently because of the Thunder show. I like Philippe Gimel. I'll be honest with you. I don't love him. I don't need him in my life every day. He's just kicking ass, and he's true to himself, and I have to respect that. And once again, the wine is speaking volumes. A very well-made wine, a wine that a lot of people should take a very strong consideration in trying. Not a wine for everybody, but this killed. This did a great job on the Thunder Show. I'm really impressed. I actually thought I had a dark horse chance of being better, which would have been absurd, 96, 97.1. I'm a little disappointed, but, you can't knock down classicness, and this is classic. I screwed up. I should have done a cheese on this show. That's what this is missing. Two things. One, promise time. We don't do promise time very often. You've got to promise me the next gathering. Big ups to everybody who did a Thirsty Thursday tasting this Thursday, which was awesome. In lieu of the NCAA tournament, too. Big ups to all of you. A lot of you did it. Rad. Promise me the next month, when you do your third Thirsty Thursday tasting, you invite somebody from outside the circle. Maybe it's not that shy guy or girl in your company, or somebody you haven't talked to in a long time, or that kid you haven't talked to in 20 years. Invite somebody into the circle of this tasting. That's what wine does. Family first. Friends and family. Do it. Promise me. Promise me right now. Are you shaking your head? Promise me you will bring somebody from outside the box, outside the normal circle, to your tasting next time. I just really want you to. Question of the day. What's going on with you this weekend? March 29th, 1 week away, baby. Right? Friday? Oh, no. 1 week and 1 day. I stink. I'm sorry. You, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world. Whether they like it or not.